I went on Facebook Marketplace, unsupervised, and this is what happened. You know, we're not real positive about this engine we just put back into the little brat here. We may have a cracked block, I'm not sure. Changed the oil a couple times. It's still just a tiny bit milky, but it may just be residue that's just working its way out of that engine block. So the verdict's still out. It hasn't driven it yet. Really hasn't taken it out on the road. And, you know, we're not seeing any white smoke yet. And that's a good indicator if the head gasket's blown. But if the block's cracked, I think the head gasket's going to be okay this time. But we're just not sure about that block. I don't know if it's good. So, as I said, I went on Marketplace and I found this, and it was stored inside, and it's out of a 84 wagon, a Subi wagon, I think. And guy said it ran okay, you know, ran good. They don't have a lot of power, but none of them do, so that's just the way they are. Anyway, $100. Well, it was on the other side of the mountain, but I figured for $100 and a tank of gas, it was worth it to go snag it up, because they're just getting harder to find. You know, these cars just keep getting scrapped. Plus, you know, that's something that if we did have to swap engines, then that's something that Noah can afford on McDonald's wages, you know. But and if he doesn't need it, if that engine proves to run out okay, I don't mind having a spare sitting around for the old hoopty over there. So yeah. Anyway, that's the story on that. It was a beautiful drive over the mountains. It was sunny, about 70 degrees, even on the other side, on the wet side over there. Beautiful day. The mountains were just brilliant. Kind of like where I live.
Hey, welcome to Rat Rodding. My name's Waylon Wire, and don't ever do what we do here on this channel.
Hey guys, welcome back to the channel, Waylon Wire's Old Iron. We're going to get into a bit of a dirty job today, but there's, you know, somebody's got to do it, so it may as well be us, you know, me and you. We'll get her done. We're just the guys that everybody can depend on to, and they got a dirty job, we'll do it, won't we? Yeah. Let's take a look, see what's going on around here. Well, this is a pitiful sight. Plumb right down pitiful. Plumb pitiful, I tell you. Oh, I'm just so disgusted. Yeah, I've got that other nose out there. That's probably what I'm gonna wind up doing. I don't mind this. I can sand this off a little bit, and I don't mind. I'm going to keep these fenders. I'm going to clean them up a little bit and keep them, clear coat them, because it took me a long time to French in these headlights and make them look good. And I have to say, I did a pretty good job. And, you know, I went, I really pushed my skill set when I Frenched these lights in back in the fenders and got them sitting in there so they look like they belong there. Well, in my mind, they belong there because it had the bucket headlights on it, you know. But when I widened the front end, see, I widened it 4 inches on each side to get it over that 75 Chevy front clip, half-ton pickup front clip. So when I did that, it just didn't look right with the buckets on there. It looked like frog eyes. So I decided to put them down in I think those are 39 Ford teardrops. Anyway, they're all busted and broken, all that, you know, but you can get them. You can get the glass. Might even look for a trim ring, but that ain't the end of the world if I have to use that dented up trim ring. It's a rat rod. My friend Rat Rod Bob says, who cares? It's a rat rod. But yeah, it's a sad deal, but you can only cry about it so long, then you just got to get busy. So I think I'm going to start kind of assessing this thing. You know, I don't even, if I'm going to take that front nose out of there, I don't know that I'll even pull the engine. I'm going to pull the timing chain cover and put new gaskets in, new oil pan gaskets, new front seal. I think the rear seal would probably be okay. You know, it just had flames coming up around both sides of it, but burnt the plug wires, but it didn't melt the Mickey Thompson, my valve covers. I don't know if they're going to clean up or not. I really like those. I really, really like those, but I think I got another one of these. Carburetors are shot. They're all seized up, half melted, I guess. I don't know, damaged. Yeah, anyway, yeah, let's, I guess, get this thing up in the air. Get it on the lift at least, where I can kind of start assessing things. Well, I hate to tell this story again, but I'm going to have a bunch of questions because I had a bunch of questions on the last video, so I may as well just get it over with. I had a fuel pump that was cutting in and out, electric fuel pump back by the tank. And when I tested it, it was getting power, but it was not pumping. So I unhooked it from the carburetor and put a little temporary gas can up here and another fuel pump just to drive it into the shop. Well, I was going to back it out because Noah was going to bring his Brad up, and I hit the starter and it got a spark somewhere on the starter, I suppose. I don't know. I just hit the start button, and unbeknownst to me, that fuel pump had decided to work. And I just had the hose coil down underneath the engine, and I couldn't see where the fire was coming from. And I jumped out and went through a couple of fire extinguishers and couldn't put it out, and couldn't really get to the source. And then I had to just start running and carrying buckets of water and dumping on it. And you can't put a gas fire out with water, and it just spreads it anyway. But it finally dawned on me. I don't know why it clicked in my little brain, but it did, that stinking fuel pump. So I went and yanked the battery cable, and then I was able to put the fire out. But it was hot, boy. I mean, flames going up both sides of the engine, going all the way to the ceiling, and it almost burnt my shop down. I almost caught those 2x6s on fire up there. Melted my big 8-foot by 8-foot shell sign. Oh, I love that thing. Had it backlit and all that. And me and my friend Anacortes Bob spent 8 hours putting that up. But, you know, crying over spilt milk. All right. So, where do we go from here? I don't know. Do I need to pull that engine out and replace the oil pan gasket and the front seal? I mean, I don't know. It probably didn't get that hot right in the front, but it got hot on the sides. Did it burn the gaskets out of it? I just don't know. Yeah, it's hard to say. I may, since I'm going to have that nose off of it, I probably should just go ahead and pull the engine, try and pull that engine out of there. Boy, it's going to be a job with those headers and everything. It's a job getting those headers on. But anyway, probably should pull it, and that way I can pressure wash it and clean it up real good. I guess. I don't know. I should have done this outside. I should have pressure washed the whole thing before I brought it in here. I just wanted to get it in while I had some help, and Noah was here because I couldn't get it in by myself. As you saw in that last video, it would have been pretty tough. I mean, I guess I could have, but I had some little wheel dollies. I just Harbor Freight things, little 4-wheel dollies that you set the tires on, and then you can roll stuff around. And if I had those, I could take it outside and then bring it back in if I need to lift. Because this is going to be a while, this project. This ain't going to happen in a week. So, but I gave those away. I had them, and I'm never going to use those. They sat over there under the bench for 2 or 3 years, and I never did use them. And yeah, gave them away. So, I don't know. I may run down and get a set of them from Harbor Freight or something, because I'm probably going to need the lift before I get anywhere near done with this thing. I mean, this is a long-term project, I'm sorry to say. But I'm not going to get it done just standing here looking at it. So I could probably put some power to the solenoid there, pump some air in the tank. I built these tanks so I could put air in them. And I could probably hit the solenoid with some power and air up the rear bags and pick it up. But I don't know. I'm interested time and not dinking around. Maybe I can, well, I don't know if I can get a floor jack under it. Probably have to go through here somewhere. Yeah, probably can. I don't know. But I don't know what I'm going to do, but I'm going to do something. So I'll just shut up and get with it. See if I can get underneath the hind end of that thing. I can't even hardly see it here. I mean, I built this thing so it would slam on the ground. Uh-oh. The exhaust is in the way. There. And I don't think I can get under the rear bumper with this. Oh, maybe. No, nowhere near. I can't pick it up with the bumper. I've gotta get, I've gotta get under the punk and pick it up. So, I guess I will try to do the air thing. You know, I designed this way so I could air up a tire if I needed to, or air up somebody else's tire, whatever. It's kind of, you know, I can't find my little dowel. I had one of these that had a valve on it, so I could shut it off and then unhook it without having it blow air. But I don't know. I can't seem to find it. Maybe I'll just leave the air hooked up until I get the thing up in the air, because it can only go to what my compressor does. It does about 120 pounds, and I've got this thing going off at 100 and, yeah, off at 150 pounds. So I've got to, no water in it. I've got to figure out which solenoid powers the rear bag. So I think I can trace out the hoses here. Okay, yeah, that goes to the front. So that's this one. This one goes to the rear. Okay. So that's the release though. So I gotta get to the hot wire, ground, and here we go. These two rocks here. There we go. If I can remember where these go. Well, I've got to go. I gotta go up some more. At least I can get the jack under it now. I don't remember having to do that, get the arms under. I don't know. Well, I guess before I start ripping into the nose on that thing, I'll get underneath there and kind of assess the damage. I looked at it, but that was 6 months ago. I need to start thinking about what kind of money I'm going to spend. Yeah, on this thing. So let's get underneath it and take a look around. All right, I'm gonna have to start making a list. Oh, there's my little siren. That looks like it got beat up pretty good from dragging this thing around. Sway bar bushings are gone. So that's an easy one, but my airbags, when they burnt up, see the pressure of those bags always held my little buckets in place in the lower control arm, and when the bag burnt up, well, that allowed them to pop out or just shrink down, you know, and it pushed them out. All this wiring is burnt up. You know, there are some design flaws in this thing that I would do differently anyway, so this is an opportunity to improve on things. I've learned a lot. I had the battery stuck in here, one battery stuck in here, and yeah, the wiring's real hokey. That's no place for the battery. I mean, you could get to it when you turn this tire out over here, wheel out, but that's a hokey deal. We're not going to do that anymore. We're just going to put the battery in the back and run big enough cables to handle everything. But I don't know. I just don't know about this oil pan gasket. I just wonder. I wonder if it's burned up, if it's fried, you know. Maybe not. I don't know. You guys want to weigh in on that? I mean, if I pull this engine, I'll change them anyway. I'll change that pan gasket. I can't get it down far enough to do it with it in the truck. So there's my high dollar cutouts, my exhaust cutouts burned up. I paid pretty good money for them because I didn't want them to leak. They all leak, but these didn't leak very bad. They're pretty good. So yeah, that's gonna be a chore to, well, maybe not too bad. If I can unbolt that exhaust pipe right there, if I can get to it, I think I can. And this one over here, how does it look? Oh, I don't know, maybe, yeah, maybe. And and then probably yank that out. And, the headers, I can't remember how it's all put together now. Yeah, okay, this goes that's to my copper tubes. The guy said if I fired that up on run the exhaust through that copper, I'd be dead before I could back out of the shop. I drove it around for 3 or 4 years. I didn't die. I didn't even get sick. I had a good time. So, yeah, I can buy A-arms with the bushings already in them, the ball joints and everything, right down to the you know, the tie rod ends, all the way down to the cotter pins. That's just the way to go. I mean, I found a kit, I think, for under $500. You see that? That's all shot there. That drag link is, you know, it's a mess. Everything's a mess. So I'm gonna spend some money on this thing. But yeah, I can get a kit, and it's just not worth the time to try and replace these bushings. I did them on the Impala, and I don't want to do that again. So I'm just going to bolt in some new A-arms. May have to modify how my airbags mount, you know, on the bottom and the top, I guess, because yeah, all the A-arms are going to have to be replaced. But anyway, I guess. Oh, that's an airbag. Yeah, coming off the airbag. I guess you've heard me go on about this enough. You've seen the devastation, and people like devastation, so this video will probably get some hits. Yeah, I'm gonna start tearing into this thing. I'm gonna take both these tires off. Both tires. Well, this one might be okay, but I don't know. I don't know if I'll risk it. That other one was fried. It burned it up. So this side had the most damage. So, yeah, this exhaust cutout's still good on this side. But I got a new pair over there. I bought them. I was getting rid of some stuff, and he asked me if I wanted them. I bought them. So, yeah, that's a good one-piece oil pan gasket in there. I don't know. It might be all right. But if I'm going to pull the engine, I already said all that. And I need to change that box out. It was leaking, and I already have another one for it. I was going to have something I was going to do anyway. So, yeah, some design flaws that I can now correct. And the wiring was just horrible on it, the way I had it wired. And I learned some stuff and how to do wiring better. And you know, you never stop learning as long as you keep working. If you keep on doing, you'll keep on learning. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I don't care how old I am. I'm not ashamed of it. Say, I learned, I can learn some stuff. So, yeah, this give me an opportunity to do the wiring up really nice. And I'm trying to figure out what that is. That's a power steering hose, I guess. Yeah, that's all fried. Ah, boy. Okay. Well, I really wish I had pressure washed this thing before I brought it in here, because, man, after working on this, shoot, I'm going to have to take my bath early this month. All right, let's lower it down and start pulling that nose off there, I guess, first thing. All the damaged sheet metal stuff, and I'll pull both those wheels off so I can kind of see things and see what's going on. Probably would not have to take this back panel out to get to what I need to, but I'm going to do away with this. And when I had that battery up here, mounted up here, I had this switch so I could use this to jump another rig or jump this rig or whatever. And I'm going to eliminate that because, as I said, I'm not going to have a battery up here under this fender anymore. So anyway, I need to take this out in order to clean it up. So yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get that out now. You know, I just absolutely love to build and fabricate, get an image in my mind and bring it to fruition. And this one took me 5 years, but I just love that. I love to fabricate and just create things in my head and then make it materialize in front of me. I hate doing it over again. I only do it once. I don't like to do it twice. The thrill is gone. But I reckon I'm just the guy to do it. You know, I know how it went together, so I know how to take it apart. I can use this as a template and make a new panel, a copper sheet, and yeah, I won't have to be full of holes, so that's good, I guess. See, I'm already starting to be more optimistic, aren't I? How about that? Just gotta look for ways to make it better. And there's a lot of ways to make it better. Okay, let's get to the outside.
We interrupt our program to bring you this important message.
Hey guys, right now would be an excellent time to go ahead and hit that like button. You know, when I started this channel 17 years ago, I promised you I never would ask you for money and never try to sell you anything, and I never have and I never will. The only thing I ask you to do is just hit that like button. The last video had about 10,000 hits and only 1,700 likes. So this is a small channel and it doesn't make very much money. Producing these videos gets expensive. Because I'm working in a shop, I have to replace cameras quite often, and they're not cheap, and shop supplies and on and on and on. But anyway, I do it because I love it, and I love you guys, interacting with you guys. And just do me that one favor, it won't cost you anything. Just hit the like button. Sure would appreciate it. Thank you.
We return you now to your regularly scheduled program.
There's a bracket right here that I built to mount this and hold everything in place. But these bolts right here, these bolts would take it loose. I wouldn't have to take that mount out. I'm still just contemplating. I wouldn't have to take any of this apart if I just cut that right through there. I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut it. I'd like to leave all this in place. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. Whack it off. The only place is right here. It'll be easy to separate there. It's already separated there, but I don't know why. It must be pinch welded, you know, spot welded, something. Because there's no bolts in that. I think I'm just going to cut that off. Little guy, they have two of these little guys tacked on the frame horn. These ceramic things work real nice. They're all shot now. Well, I just looked online, hopped on my phone and checked out these 39 Ford bezels, or these lenses. And they're 39, well, ironically enough, 39 Ford is 39 bucks plus some shipping. So I'll need a couple of those. But these things are 40 bucks just for that little chrome piece. I don't know if I'll get another one of those. It's a rat rod. I might take that one off and pound it out a little bit and just go ahead and use it. That's probably what I'll do. We don't want to be getting too fancy, you know. Somebody might put us in the wrong class or something. Okay, I've been in there on the computer looking, and I thought sure that I had bookmarked that kit that I found. Maybe it was a kit for the wrong rig because I'm not finding it anymore. What I find when I go to look for a front suspension kit for 73 to 80 Chevy half-ton C10, what I'm finding is a kit that has two upper control arms, and then with it comes two lower ball joints. But I need upper and lower control arms with all the bushings and ball joints already in them. And I thought sure that I had found a kit that had that, plus it had the tie rod ends and all of that stuff. Yeah, I need a lot of stuff. Yeah, it's gonna be fun, ain't it? I don't know. If any of you guys, I've looked at Parts Geek and I've looked at Summit and what is it, A1 Auto, and there's several of them that I order from Parts Geek quite a bit, but I'm not finding exactly what I need. I'll keep looking though. I'm sure I'll come up with it sooner or later, one way or another. You know, I had mentioned going down and getting some wheel dollies from Harbor Freight just so I could roll this thing in and out of the shop, because I've got to take it out and pressure wash it. I found that out today. And I should have already, you know, but you know, Waylon, it's not always thinking. But I think instead what I'll do is pull those airbags out of there and just block these A-arms up so they're solid. And yeah, and just that way I can roll it in and out, because I'll go get those wheel dollies and I'll never use them again. The only time I'll ever need them probably. So I think I'm not going to do that. I changed my mind. How about that? There's other ways to skin a cat. All right, fellers and fellerettes, that's a wrap on this one, I reckon. About enough, ain't it? Anyway, I want to say thank you for taking time out of your busy day to watch one of my little videos. It means a lot to me. It's always fun to have you hang out here in the shop with me, and we'll see you real soon right back here on Waylon Wire's Old Iron. Until I do, you know, I sure do appreciate you.